Kala Yehovah Hashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rechakudash. Double honor unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well and he taught us his truth. Shalom unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Yehovah Hashem Yahushai, Barakatam, Bahashem Rechakudash. We'll be continuing on with the Bible reading. And we're now at Genesis chapter 23 through to chapter 33. Okay. Genesis chapter 23 and 1. And Sarah was 107 and 20 years old. These were the years of the life of Sarah. And Sarah died in Kirjath Abba. The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan. And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. And Abraham stood up from before his dead and spake unto the sons of Heth, saying, I am a stranger and a sojourner with you. Give me a possession for a burying place with you, that I might bury my dead out of my sight. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him, Hear us, my lord, thou art a mighty prince among us. In the choice of our sepulchres bury thy dead. None of us shall withhold from thee his sepulchre, but that thou mayest bury thy dead. And Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land, even to the children of Heth. And he commanded with them, and he communed with them, saying, If it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and entreat for me to Ephron, the son of Zohar, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he hath, which is in the land in the end of his field. For as much money as it is worth, he shall give it to me for a possession of a burying place amongst you. And Ephron dwelt among the children of Heth. And Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the audience of the children of Heth, even of all that went in at the gate of his city, saying, Nay, my lord, hear me. The field I give thee, and the cave that is therein I give it thee. In the presence of thy sons of my people I give it thee. Bury thy dead. And Abraham bowed down himself before the people of the land, and he spake unto Ephron in the audience of the people of the land, saying, But if thou wilt give it, I pray thee, hear me. I will give thee money for the field. Take it off me, and I will bury my dead there. And Ephron answered Abraham, saying unto him, My lord, hearken unto me. The land is worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that betwixt me and thee? Therefore thy dead. And Abraham hearkened unto Ephron, and Abraham weighed unto Ephron the silver, which he had named in the audience of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, current money with the merchant. And the field of Ephron was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field and the cave which was therein, and all the trees that were in the field that were in all the borders round about were made sure. And Abraham for a possession in the presence of the children of Heth, before all that went in at the gate of his city. After this, Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mamre. The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan. And the field and the cave that is therein was made sure unto Abraham for a possession of a burying place by the sons of Heth. Chapter 24. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and Yahweh had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant and of his house, that ruled over all that he had, Put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. and I will make thee swear by Yahweh, the Most High in heaven, and the highest of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughter of the Canaanites among whom I dwell. But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Yetazachak. And the servant said unto him, Peradventure the woman will not be willing to follow me unto this land. Must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou camest? And Abraham said unto him, Beware that thou bring not my son thither again. Yahweh Most High, the power of heaven, which took me from my father's house, and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that sware unto me, saying, Unto thy seed will I give this land. He shall send his angel before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence. And if the woman will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham his master, and sware to him concerning that matter. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master, and departed. For all of the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose, and went to Mesopotamia, unto the city of Nahor. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. And he said, O Yahweh, Most High, of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day, and shew kindness unto my master Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, Let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink, and she shall say, Drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Yetazachak, and thereby shall I know that thou hast shewed kindness unto my master. And it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born unto Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well, and filled her pitcher, and came up. And the servant ran to meet her, and said, Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. And she said, Drink, my lord. And she hasted, and let down her pitcher upon her hand, and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also, until they have done drinking. And she hasted, and emptied her pitcher into the trough, and ran again unto the well to draw water, and drew for all his camels. And the man wondering at her held his peace, to wit whether Yahweh had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring, and half of a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands, and 10 shekel weight of gold. And he said, Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. She said moreover unto him, We have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in. And the man bowed down his head and worshipped Yahweh. And he said, Blessed be Yahweh Almighty, of my master Abraham, who hath left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, Yahweh led me to the house of my master's brethren. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the earring and the bracelets upon his sister's hands, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus spake the man unto me, that he came unto the man, And behold, he stood by the camels at the well, and he said, Come in, thou blessed of Yahweh. Wherefore standest thou without? For I have prepared the house and the room for the camels. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet, and the men's feet that were with him. And there was set meat before him to eat, but he said, I will not eat until I have told mine errand. And he said, Speak on. And he said, I am Abraham's servant, and Yahweh hath blessed my master greatly, and he is become great, and he hath given him flocks, and herds, and silver, and gold, and manservants, and maidservants, and camels, and asses. And Sarah my master's wife bare a son to my master when she was old, and unto him hath he given all that he hath. And my master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I dwell. But thou shalt go unto my father's house, and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master, Peradventure the woman will not follow me. And he said unto me, Yahweh before whom I walk will send his angel with thee, and prosper thy way. And thou shalt take a wife for my son of my kindred, and of my father's house. Then shalt thou be clear from this my oath, when thou comest to my kindred. And if they give not thee one, thou shalt be clear from my oath. And I came this day unto the well, and said, O Yahweh, Most High, of my master Abraham, if now thou do prosper my way which I go. Behold, I stand by the well of the water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink. And she say to me, Both drink thou, and I will also draw for thy camels, that the same be the woman who Yahweh hath appointed out of my master for my master's son. Before I had done speaking in my heart, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher and her shoulder, and went down to the well, and drew water. And I said unto her, Let me drink, I pray thee. And she made haste, and let down her pitcher from her shoulder, and said, Drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. And I asked her, and said, Whose daughter art thou? And she said, The daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, who Milcah bare unto him. And I put the earring upon her face, and the bracelet upon her hands. And I bowed down my head, and worshipped Yahweh, and blessed Yahweh the Most High of my master Abraham, which had led me in the right way to take my master's brother's daughter unto his wife. And now, if he will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, The thing proceedeth from Yahweh. We cannot speak unto thee good or bad. Behold, Rebekah is before thee. Take her and go, and let her be thy master's son's wife, as Yahweh hath spoken. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servant heard their words, he worshipped Yahweh, bowing himself to the earth. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver and jewels of gold, and raiment, and gave them to Rebekah. And he gave also to her brother and to her mother precious things. And they did eat and drink, he and the men that were with him, and tarried all night. And they rose up in the morning and said, Send me away unto my master. And her brother and her mother said, Let the damsel abide with us a few days, at the least 10. After that she shall go. And he said unto them, Hinder me not, seeing Yahweh hath prospered my way. Send me away, that I may go to my master. And they said, We will call the damsel, and inquire at her mouth. And they called Rebekah, and said unto her, Wilt thou go with this man? And she said, I will go. And they sent away Rebekah their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant, and his men. And they blessed Rebekah, and said unto her, Thou art our sister, be thou the mother of thousands, of millions. and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them. And Rebekah arose, and the damsels, and they rode upon the camels, and followed the man. And the servant took Rebekah, and went his way. And Yetezachak came from the way of the well of Lahai Ra'ai, for he dwelt in the south country. And Yetezachak went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Yetezachak, she lighted off the camel. For she had said unto the servants, What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servants had said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Yetezachak all the things that had done. And Yetezachak brought into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Yetezachak was comforted after his mother's death. Chapter 25. Then again Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah. And she bare him Zimran, and Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shuah. And Jokshan begat Sheba, and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Ashurim, and Netsushim, and Leumim. And the sons of Medan, Ephah, and Epher, and Hanok, and Abidah, and Eldaah. And these were the children of Keturah. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Yetezachak. But unto the sons of the concubine which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts, and sent them away from Yetezachak his son, while he yet lived, eastward unto the east country. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 160 years. Then Abraham gave up the spirit, and died in a good old age, an old man, and full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his son Yetezachak and Yashmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar, the Hittite, which is before Mamre. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that Most High blessed his son Yetezachak, and Yetezachak dwelt by Lahor Arai. Now these are the generations of Yashmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Yashmael by their names, according to their generations. The firstborn of Yashmael, Nebajoth, and Chadar, and Adbeel, and Bipsan, and Mishma, and Duma, and Masa, Hadar, and Timah, Jutur, and Napish, and Kidamah. These are the sons of Yashmael, and these are their names, by their towns and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years of the life of Yashmael, 137 years, and he gave up the spirit and died, and he was gathered unto his people. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is before Martazaim, as thou goest toward Assyria, and he died in the presence of all of his brethren. And these are the generations of Yetezachak, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Yetezachak, and Yetezachak was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian, of Padanaram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. And Yetezachak entreated Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Ishashwa. And after that his brother out and took his hand and hold onto Ishashwa's heel, and his name was called Yaiqob. And Yetezachak was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Ishashwa was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Yaiqob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Yetezachak loved Ishashwa because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Yaiqob. Yaiqob sowed pottage, and Ishashwa came from the field, and he was faint. And Ishashwa said unto Yaiqob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Adullam. And Yaiqob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Ishashwa said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Yaiqob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Yaiqob. Then Yaiqob gave Ishashwa bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Ishashwa despised his birthright. Chapter 26. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Yetezachak went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, to Gerar. And Yahweh appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Mount Zion, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven. And I will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Yetezachak dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Yetezachak was sporting with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Yetezachak and said, Behold, of a surety, she is thy wife. And he said, She is my sister. And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is this that thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lain with thy wife, and thou should have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Then Yetezachak sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold. And Yahweh blessed him. The man waxed great, and went forth, and grew until he became very great. For he had possessions of flock, and possessions of herd, and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servant had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them, and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Yetezachak departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Yetezachak digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and called their names after their names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well and drove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence and digged another well, and for that they drove not, and he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now Yahweh hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land, and went up from thence to Beersheba. And Yahweh appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the power of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar, and called upon the name of Yahweh, and pitched his tent there. And Yetezachak's servant digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Pechol, the chief captain of his army. And Yetezachak said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We certainly saw that Yahweh was with thee, and we said, Let there now be an oath betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do no hurt, as we have not touched thee, as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. And thou art now blessed of Yahweh. And he made them feast, and they did eat and drink, and they rose up betimed in the morning, and sware one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servant came, and told him concerning the well, which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took wife Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Yetezachak and to Rebekah. Chapter 27. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here I am. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord Yahweh before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver. And I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob and her youngest son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread, which she prepared, in the hand of her son Joachab. And he came to his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Yaakov said unto his father, I am Ishashua, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Yetazachak said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord Yahweh thy power brought it to me. And Yetazachak said unto Yaakov, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be very my son Esau or not. And Yaakov went near unto Yetazachak his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Yaakov's voice, but the hands are the hands of Ishashua. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, and his brother Ishashua's hands, so he blessed him. And he said, Thou art my very son, Ishashua. And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of thy venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Yetazachak said unto him, Come now, near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelt the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which Yahweh hath blessed. Therefore, Most High, give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and the plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be ruler over thy brethren. Let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Yetazachak had made an end of blessing Yaakov, and Yaakov was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Yetazachak, his father, that Ishashua brought his brother, came in from his hunting. And he also made a savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Yetazachak his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Ishashua. And Yetazachak trembled exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. When Ishashua heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, It is not rightly named Yaakov, for he hath supplanted me these 2 times. And he took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved the blessing for me? And Yetazachak answered and said unto Ishashua, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and with wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Ishashua said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Ishashua lifted up his voice and wept. And Yetazachak his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of Shemayim from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Ishashua hated Yaakov, because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Ishashua said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Yaakov. And these words of Ishashua, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Yaakov her youngest son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Ishashua, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise. Flee thou to Laban, thy brother to Haran, my brother to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's fury be turned away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said, to Yetazachak, I am weary of my life, because the daughters of Heth, if Yaakov take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? Chapter 28. And Yetazachak called Yaakov and blessed him, and charged him, and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Arise and go to Padanaram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother. And the Most High Almighty bless thee, and make thee fruitful, and multiply thee, that thou mayest be a multitude of people. And give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee, and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which the Most High gave unto Abraham. And it says, Achak sent away Yaakov, and he went to Padanaram unto Laban, son of Bethuel the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, Yaakov's and Ishashwa's mother. When Ishashwa saw that Yetazachak had blessed Yaakov, and sent him away to Padanaram to take him a wife from thence, as he blessed him, and gave him a charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. And that Yaakov obeyed his father and his mother, and was gone to Padanaram. And Ishashwa, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Yetazachak his father, then went Ishashwa unto Yashamayala, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalalath, the daughter of Yashamayala, Abraham's son, and sister of Nebajoth, to his wife. And Yaakov went out from Beersheba, and went toward Haran. And he lighted upon a certain place, and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took off the stones of that place, and put them for his pillow, and lay down in the place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to Shemaim. And behold, the angels of the Most High ascending and descending on it. And behold, Yahweh stood above it, and said, I am Yahweh, the Most High, the power of Abraham thy father, and the power of Yetazachak. And the land whereon thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed, and thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth. And thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land. For I will not leave thee till I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. And Yaakov awakened out of his sleep, and said, Surely Yahweh is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid, and said, How dreadful is this place! This is none other but the house of the Most High, and this is the gate of heaven. And Yaakov rose up early in the morning, and took the stone that he had put for his pillow, and set it up for a pillar, and poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city was called Luz at the first. And Yaakov vowed a vow, saying, If Most High will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, and I will give me bread to eat, and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then shall Yahweh be my power. And this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be the Most High's house. And all of that thou shalt give me, I will surely give the 10th unto thee. Chapter 29. Then Yaakov went on his journey, and came into the land of the people of the east. And he looked, and beheld a well in the field, and lo, were there flocks of sheep lying by it. Out of that well they watered the flocks, and a great stone was upon the well's mouth. And thither were all the flock gathered, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and put the stone again upon the well's mouth in his place. And Jacob said unto them, My brethren, whence be ye? And they said, Of Haran are we. And he said unto them, Know we Laban, the son of Nahor? And they said, We know him. And he said unto them, Is he well? And they said, He is well. And behold, Rachel his daughter cometh with the sheep. And he said, Lo, it is yet high day, neither is it time that the cattle should be gathered together. Water ye the sheep, and go and feed them. And they said, We cannot, until all the flocks be gathered together, until they roll the stone from the well's mouth. Then we water the sheep. And while he yet spake with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she kept them. And it came to pass, when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near, and rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. And Jacob kissed Rachel, and lifted up his voice and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him to his house. And he told Laban and all these things. And Laban said to him, Surely thou art bone of my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. And Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wage be? And Laban had 2 daughters, and the name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. And Jacob loved Rachel, and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel thy younger daughter. And Laban said, It is better that I give her to thee, than I should give her to another man. Abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. And Jacob said unto Laban, Give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place, and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. And Laban gave us unto his daughter Leah Zilpah his maid for an handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? And Laban said, It must not be so in our country, to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years. And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah his handmaid to be her maid. And he went in unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel's was barren. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and called his name Rehoboam, for she said, Surely Yahweh hath looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. And she conceived again and bare a son, because Yahweh hath heard that I was hated. He hath therefore given me also this son, and called his name Shemaiah. And she conceived again and bare a son, and now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. and therefore was his name called Loya. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, Now will I praise Yahweh. Therefore she called his name Yahweh, and left bearing. Chapter 30. And when Rachel saw that she bare Yaakov no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Yaakov, Give me children, or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, Am I in Most High's stead, who hath withheld from thee the fruit of thy womb? And she said, Behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, and may also have children by her. And she gave him Bilhah her handmaid to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. And Bilhah conceived and bare Yaakov a son. And Rachel said, Mophai hath judged me, and hath also heard my voice, and have given me a son. Therefore she called his name Dan. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again, and bare Yaakov a son. And Rachel said, With great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali. And when Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zilpah her maid, and gave her Yaakov to wife. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Yaakov a son. And like Leah said, A troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Yaakov a second son. And Leah said, Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher. And Rehoboam went in the days of wheat harvest, and found mandrakes in the field, and brought them unto his mother Leah. And Rachel said to Leah, Give me, I pray thee, of thy son mandrakes. And she said unto her, It is a small matter, that thou hast taken my husband. Wouldst thou take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, Therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him, and said, Thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes. He lay with her that night. And Most High hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived and bare Yaakov the fifth son. And Leah said, Most High has given me my hire, because I have given my handmaid to my husband. And she called his name Yashachar. And Leah conceived again, and bare Yaakov the sixth son. And Leah said, Most High has endowed me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zebulun. And afterwards she bare a daughter, and called her name Dinah. And Most High remembered Rachel, and the Most High hearkened to her. And opened her womb, and she conceived and bare a son, and said, Most High have taken away my reproach. And she called his name Yahweh, and said, Yahweh shall add to me another son. And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Yahweh, that Yaakov said to Laban, Send me away, that I may go unto mine own place, unto my country. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go. For thou knowest my service which I have done to thee. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I found favor in thine eyes, tarry, for I have learned by experience that Yahweh hath blessed me for thy sake. And he said, Appoint me thy wages, and I will give it. And he said unto him, Thou knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me. For it was little which thou hadst before I came, and it is now increased unto a multitude. And Yahweh bless thee since my coming. And now when I shall provide for mine own house also. And he said, What shall I give thee? And Yaakov said, Thou shalt not give me anything. If thou wilt do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep thy flock. And I'll pass through all the flock today, removing from thence all the speckled and spotted cattle, and all the brown cattle among the sheep, and the spotted and speckled among the goats, and of such shall be my hire. So shall my righteous answer be for me in time to come, and it shall come from my hire, because I face every one that is not speckled and spotted among the goats and brown among the sheep, that shall be counted stolen with me. Laban said, Behold, I would it might be according to thy word. And he removed that day the goats which were ring-strapped and spotted, and all the goats that were speckled and spotted, and every one that had some white in it, and all the brown among the sheep, and gave them into the hand of his son. And he set 3 days' journey betwixt himself and Yaakov, and Yaakov fed the rest of Laban's flock. And Yaakov took him rods of green poplar, and of the hazel chestnut tree, and piled white stakes in them, and made the white appear which was in the rods. And he set the rods which he had piled before the flock in the gutters of the watering troughs, when the flock came to drink, that they should conceive when they came to drink. And the flocks conceived with all the rods, and brought forth cattle, ring-straked, speckled, and spotted. And Yaakov did separate the lambs, and set the faces of the flock towards the ring-straked, and all the brown in the flock of Laban. And he put his own flock by themselves, and put them not unto Laban's cattle. And it came to pass, whensoever the stronger cattle did conceive, that Jacob laid the rod before the eyes of the cattle in the gutters, that they might not conceive among the rods. But when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger were Jacob's. And the man increased exceedingly, and had much cattle, and maidservants, and manservants, and camels, and asses. Kahala Yehovah Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Recha Kodash. Double honor unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who were well and taught us his truth. This has been the reading of Genesis chapter 23 to chapter 30. Shalom.